Hey everybody, so if you're an entrepreneur or solopreneur or run a small business or even are a niche little small marketing team, you need to be really efficient with your time. You need to save time, you need to save money ultimately, and you need to produce things. And so I've got this great new tool. My name's Douglas from Project Fresh, and I love working with brands. I love working with small companies, entrepreneurs, helping them share their genius and their product with the world. And I realized that while ChatGPT and other similar chatbots are great, it produces better results if the chat knows who you are, knows your target audience, knows their problems and struggles, your offerings, where you're going as a business, what your skills are, who's part of the business, all those sorts of things that are related to a brand. So I'm super excited to introduce something I've been developing called a BrandBot. And so we're going to jump right in. I'm going to use my brand as an example. I have actually been using this tool all the time, so I know it's super useful. But basically, it is a custom version of ChatGPT that completely knows everything about your brand. So let's hop in. Here we go. This GPT understands the Project Fresh brand, its target audience, and can generate relevant content and brainstorm new offerings. Now, it can do a whole bunch of things even beyond that. And so I'm going to show you a few things. What I'm going to show you today is some brand research, some actual market research and analysis. It's going to be interesting. It's not going to be boring. I'm going to show you how to explore your offerings and create new offerings that you might not even know exist for your target audience based on your skills and their problems and how you can help them overcome them. And then also we're going to get into some content creation and then a cool little thing as a bonus at the end that's going to blow your mind. So here we go. Like right off the bat, we can see here we've got what looks like a regular ChatGPT chat, but it's got my brand to it, and it's Project Fresh. And so I've got a few starter questions. What sort of tasks can you help me with? So right off the bat, I can ask it, and it's going to now look into its knowledge source, and it's going to determine a few examples of ways it can help. So I'm going to pause it while it does all this. All right, so here we are. Like 20 seconds later, we've got ways it can help. Brand and marketing strategy, which we're going to get into in a little bit, content creation, like I told you, consulting services information, business and technology insights. It can even give us access to news and help us create content that way. Problem solving for our target audience, educational and inspiring content, AI and digital tools guidance, custom AI prompt and chatbot assistance, marketing research and analysis. So it also is very cool. The way I've programmed this is that I've equipped it with a repository of some of the best business prompts out there, and at any point, as well as custom prompts that you can create for yourself. And so when I say, well, what sort of prompts? This is another. Oh, I can also just start from scratch here just to show you. It's another conversation starter. What are my prompt repository categories? So let's see what it says. I'm going to pause it again for a second while it loads. All right, so these are the categories. First of all, I have some basic custom tools, and these basic instructions are just asking like simple things that it's almost like a readme text that how do I even deal with the brand bot. So this is where you can learn about that. You can create custom quick ones. You can also have, these are hundreds of really interesting prompts for various categories. So now what you could do, say we wanted to get into our first assignment. I want to do a little bit of market research and analysis. I'll say what sort of prompts are in number 7. Okay, and so now it's going to research its repository again. It's going to talk about its potential target audience segments, insights on the most effective digital marketing channels, conduct competitor analysis, and that could be a pretty interesting one. Help identify the most relevant keywords and phrases, provide a report on the latest trends, conduct a SWOT analysis of your business and identify strengths and weaknesses, and provide recommendations on how to capitalize. So actually what I think would be a fun thing is let's provide a competitor analysis. I'm going to say, great, and this is going to blow your mind. Let's provide a competitor analysis of my brand versus, and I'm going to actually use my buddy's website, his brand, versus this company. Okay, and I'm going to actually just put a link to his website in here. So here we go, and it's actually, it already knows my brand and everything about it. So all it needs to do is now go over to the Creative AI Academy. It's my buddy Tony's company, but we're in a similar business. So it's going to go over to his website, completely crawl it, and then start to examine what my sort of market, my mission. It's going to look at all of my different things, and then it's going to compare his. So I'm going to pause it for a second while it processes all this. Okay, so right off the bat, it's compared our mission and focus. It's compared our offerings. It's looked at our target audience. It's methodology and tools, and brand positioning. And so you can actually look at this and you can figure out ways, you could ask it additional questions. What could be some ways for us to collaborate? What are some offerings that Creative AI Academy offers that I might be able to use? In fact, that's a fun thing to do, but instead of continuing to compare to Tony's brand, I'm just gonna start from scratch. What we're gonna do is say, help me brainstorm a new product for my brand. So let's take a look at what it says. So now what it should do is it should search its knowledge base and according to what offerings and products and services that you currently offer, it's going to cross-reference that against your target audience and their challenges, and it's going to then provide some new things. So it's going to say, first of all, to brainstorm a new product offering, we're going to consider these things. So it's going to talk about my target audience, my skills, and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to look at the current offerings. So given all this information, a potential new product offering could be, and it said AI-powered business optimization toolkit. And this is going to go kind of deeper into this particular thing. And I actually want to, this particular idea, and I actually just want to say, give me a few more high-level ideas that I could offer my target audience. Okay, so let's see what it says. All right, so here's a few more ideas. The AI customization workshop for entrepreneurs is actually something I'm kind of playing with. Virtual AI assistant for content creation. That's kind of like actually could be a perfect thing. AI-driven market research service, business efficiency audit using AI. That's an interesting one too. AI-empowered branding toolkit. It's not unlike the BrandBot. AI-powered social media management platform, tailored AI training programs for teams. That's a really fascinating one. So what you're seeing, these are all new ideas that I haven't even got as offerings for my consulting practice. So now I can, why don't we, now that we've come up with some interesting ideas, why don't I look at one? First, we're going to flesh out the offer, and then we're going to maybe create some content for it. So I thought it would be fun to do AI custom. I like this idea of tailored AI training program for teams. Okay, so why don't we do something like that and say, okay, I'd like to flesh out what number 7 could look like. All right, and so now what we're going to do is kind of narrow down into one of these ideas. And it's going to say, let's give a little overview, an objective, and I'll pause this while it processes. All right, so right off the bat, what we've done is we've taken one of those ideas, and that was the tailored AI training programs for teams. We've given it a product name, or really the AI has, an overview concept, because it knows that this is one of my skills is teaching AI. I haven't created this program before, so it's created this whole program. The target audience, the key features of the program, customized learning modules, interactive workshops, etc. Implementation strategy, how it actually unfolds, marketing and promotion ideas for monetization, right? So right off the bat, is this going to be the exact thing? No, but this is a great starting point for me to then further flesh out. Now, this is where it's going to start to get really exciting. We're going to keep going with the flow here, and we're going to start to create a little content, a little more marketing for this potential offering. So the first thing I'm going to say is this looks great, and obviously I would want to clean it up and take more time on it, but this looks great, and then I could plug it back in if I did that. But in this case, this looks great. Please come up with a compelling sales page for this new offering. Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a sec. All right, here it goes. So unlock the power of AI for your team. Discover AI mastery for business teams. And by the way, any of these things, if you don't like, you can ask it to give you 5 more titles or 5 more hooks. So we've got our nice little intro, elevate your business with cutting edge AI technology, the little intro. Why is this a good program? What exactly it offers. So now I'm going to write, give me a handful of frequently asked questions that the target audience might need to know. All right, let's see what it says. All right, so what prior knowledge of AI is required to enroll in the program? How long does the AI mastery program take to complete? Can the program be conducted remotely or is this in person? What practical skills? Is there post-training? How is the training program tailored? What's the cost? How can I measure the ROI enrolling my team in this program, etc. You get the idea. And there might be other questions, but oh my God, frequently asked questions are such a pain. What a great starting point, right? And by the way, all of this is being written in the tone of Project Fresh, which is, I forget exactly how I described it or trained it, but that's all part of the BrandBot, which we're going to see now as we get into this. We're going to now go into the final chapter of this overview, and that is the content creation. So if what we've done is we've researched our offerings, looked at holes in the market, or things that we could maybe teach, we chose one, we fleshed it out, including the sales page, like how it would be broken down, then created a sales page for it, and then even started to flesh that sales page out with the frequently asked questions. That's great. So now what we might want to do is we might not be ready to sell this. We might want to validate this offering before we start really putting too much work into it. One great way of doing that is you can put a lead magnet on your site. So we could say like, what would be a good, or give me a few examples of good lead magnets for this offering, okay? And so what a lead magnet is, if you don't know, it's what you trade your email for. You've probably done it tons of times, and that means that there's something valuable that you give your email for. You're not quite ready to buy, but you then get something in return, some cool video, or we're going to see a free ebook, a readiness assessment tool, a webinar, which I always like to do webinars because I like to be on camera and it's easy, an AI strategy template. It could be simple like a PDF. You jump into Canva, case studies, an impact calculator. Some of those things are a little more complicated. They might need a bit more research. An email course, that's always easy to do. Technology cheat sheet, invitation to an AI strategy workshop. So the point being that you would create one of these, and we could go into more of that, help have it flesh this out for us. Like, how would we do the technology cheat sheet? What would we have on there? And then we would put that into some sort of PDF that we would then trigger an automation. So when someone signs up, they get the email. And so, you could even say, add multiple of these. For example, let's say once they sign up for the lead magnet, they get that. I'm going to say, give me 3 follow-up emails that will go out every week and provide value to my target audience while also leading back to the offering page to encourage sales. My gosh, my spelling is just terrible. Okay, to encourage sales. And now what we would do is go like this. So now what it's going to do is look at all that we've done already and do something that's always a total pain, and that's to create a drip campaign. So that's what basically you'd create an automation in your newsletter platform, and it has the subject, it has like what the content of the email is. Here's a few quick tips. Also, if you're considering taking the next step in the program, here's what you need to do. Here's a few other things. Here's the link, email to, boom. Do you know how long this usually takes, marketing teams to come up with all this stuff? And again, this isn't going to be perfect, but this is an amazing, get rid of your blank page, copy this over to a Google document, make some tweaks. If you have a decision maker, run it by them. How cool is that? All right, so finally, I want to show you a couple more things that we would say, like, can you write, and you could kind of use those emails, but write me a LinkedIn post about this offering to encourage signups. Okay, something like that. And let's see. So it's going to go away now, and it's going to think about my target audience. It's going to look into the offering. It's going to talk about, potentially my skills. It's going to use what it wants to from the brand. And every time you do it, it might be a little different. which is kind of funny. You can sometimes even go back and ask the same question and you get a different version. That's the way it works. All right, so here's now, and you could also say things like, write me 3 tweets about the course. Let's just see if we only put that, tweets. I don't think we want tweaks. So I want to show you a couple of other pretty cool things now, just as a last little a tutorial on the BrandBot to show you how powerful it is. I uploaded a week's calendar of content structure, okay? And so I said, like, I want some Instagram posts, I want some LinkedIn posts, I want some video ideas, things like that. I did Monday through Sunday. I trained the chatbot, the BrandBot, on that document. And so now I could say, literally, I could just say, if I came into the site or into the chatbot completely blank, I could say, give me a week's worth of content ideas. But in this case, I could say, give me a week's worth of content ideas that are themed around the offering. And sometimes, like, I'll just make sure it knows. I think it knows what we're talking about, but sometimes I'll just copy that in. I'll just say this offering, actually, and it will know that. Give me a week's worth of content ideas that are themed around this offering. So it should go into find in its knowledge that week's worth of content structure, and then it's going to look at that framework, look at the offering we just created, and give us an idea for every day of the week that we can use to encourage signups. We can point back to the course. So like Tuesday, for example, share a customer's testimonial success story, 5-minute YouTube video, quick 5 AI tools every business should know about, subtly prompting the course, Instagram reel, a fun behind the scenes look at creating an AI project with a call to action to learn more about the AI mastery program. And look at that, we've developed a whole thing. Now this is going to be the final piece, because as you can see, we can do a whole lot of content here generated from the previous things that we've created. Well, just so you don't even have to leave the platform, you can now say, create an image for the offering, for this offering, and use my brand colors. Yep, that's right. I have uploaded my brand colors, and if this works right, it's taken some trial and error that my purples, my beiges of my website, Project Fresh, let's see if it creates a nice image for the offering, maybe for the header or something like that. Sometimes this takes a little while, so why don't I go up and actually, I seem to remember that it had actually provided, when it gave me the sales page, that's right, it gave me an idea for the hero banner image. So let's see what happens if I take that down. We're going to try these 2 images. It's creating the image, so I'm going to pause it for a sec while it does that. Sometimes it takes 30 seconds or a minute. All right, and so there it is, a totally cool image using my brand colors that is representing the workshop, the AI Mastery for Business Teams. But hey, let's create another image. And then I'll paste in that, which is engaging in as an engaging and dynamic visual of diverse teams. Okay, I also said the image should be 16:9 ratio and incorporating the Project Fresh's brand colors. So we're going to do that, and we're going to try again and see if it comes up with something even better. All right, so that is the header it gave me. So you can see I can actually use aspect ratios. This is 16:9, just like a widescreen TV. But if you wanted it to be 30:9, it's going to give you a lot more maybe banner size thing, which is really interesting. But look at that, it totally matches my sort of website. It could look really cool. I could do other prompts, but the fact is you can now do images in ChatGPT right here. If you have the Plus account, you can play with all these things. Anyway, we talked about a lot of things there. I hope I didn't overload you. My goal was to show you the power of having your own BrandBot trained on all of your company's information, all of your organization's data, your offerings, your tone of voice, your content posting schedule, your authority, your various team members, even all your skills. It will incorporate that stuff. At any point, it knows that. So you start a fresh chat rather than training the chat on all the stuff that you need to then just start asking it questions. it is ready to go. So how cool is that? I love talking about these things. This is even going to develop even more. I'm teaching a whole course on how to do this. If you're interested, it's really cost accessible. There's 3 different tiers: do it yourself, do it in a cohort, or just have us do it for you. I am so excited to share this and see kind of how people play with it, how this benefits their brands, how it saves them time, how it makes them more money by coming up with new ideas for them. And ultimately, if you want to find out more about this, you can contact me through Project Fresh or go to projectfresh.com/brandbot, and that will take you to all the options, learn more about it, as well as different ways for you to get your own brand bot. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, if you like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Dougie Campbell, and press the bell and you will get future updates. I constantly do tutorials, interesting tool announcements, and updates like that. So thanks again and have a great rest of your day. All right, bye.